Hey up lads and lasses, Damphyre here, back again with some more Infinite Lagrange. And today I wanted a quick look at the equipment that we could pick up the other day, the one that was like 15 quid and the other one that was for 5 quid. I want to check them because they did actually have some bonuses that I wasn't aware of at the time of making the last video. I still wouldn't recommend picking them up because chances are we'll get them free in game at some point anyway, but to save you guys a bit of money and to give you something to look forward to, I picked them up even though I said I wasn't going to. Either way, so first off we have the Ship Production Coordination Controller High Standard System. Now this is the one that was I think it was meant to be like, was this the Antonius one or was that the other one? One of these was like specifically Antonius upgrades of some description. But yeah, they're obviously a bit different regardless. So there are more equipments. Hoping to get a look at more of them later on. Currently, the only way we can sort of see them is if we go into the point store, click on these new items that we can see in the Tech Restoration Center, and click the question mark up here, and we can see we've got Space Operation Planning Coordinator, Reconnaissance Satellites, all sorts of stuff available in here, and the equipment here as well. But we can't click on any of these to see any of the other different ones and what they can do, which is a bit unfortunate. And again, there are 3 boxes here. Hopefully, I mean, I'm a bit low on the whole Dawn points at the moment, but this server, I should be getting a fair bit, so hopefully enough to buy one of those at least, and hopefully, pick it up, because they are kind of interesting. I'm interested in looking more into the equipment, especially, auto repairing armors and all sorts of interesting things, battlecruiser assembly workshops. Some of these we sort of talked a little bit about before, but this is the first one that we're going to look into of equipment I've actually collected and what it can do. So the Ship Production Coordination Controller, high standard type. I don't know what the ratings are really for. This one's rated B. It's okay. We get to increase the production queue limit of the base shipyard by 1, which can be allocated to the build ships of Antonios. I'm not 100% certain what that's going to do currently. I have it. I'm currently not in a position where I can build anything, and my server's about to end anyway. And I'll talk a bit about that as well, because I'm testing something to potentially get more equipment as well. So it also has, other than the ability to increase the production queue by 1 for Antonius craft, we also have these upgrades that we can get on it, which cost tech points. You can see here, this is going to cost me 3 tech points, which means that we need to get duplicate blueprints, or maybe we can get tech points out of the boxes themselves as well. We can see here, we can increase the repair speed of cruisers by 1%. And that's 0 out of 10, so I'm guessing it's going to be 10% at the end. You never know, this might increase further down, like after 5, maybe it's an extra 2% per level. But we will not be able to work that out for a while, I'm guessing. Seeing as these equipment seem to be completely locked behind the Dawn points and outpost sort of stuff. So even the whales aren't going to be able to just dump a bunch of money on these, as far as I'm aware currently, which is interesting because it puts it on a really interesting playing field here. Anyway, so that's quite nice. But what's actually really good on this one is you get this increase of the resource trade ratio by of the base by 1%. Now, if this is stacking with the 25% ratio that you can currently get, and you get an extra 8% potentially here, giving you what's that, 33%? That's actually not bad. As somebody who uses the trade function quite regularly in the game, mostly due to the fact that I seem to always prioritize over mining deuterium, and then I'm like low on crystals in the late game, so I can just swap deuterium into crystals. Not the most efficient way. It is better to mine crystal if you've got it. But most of the time when I've found like a nice spot to land or put an advanced mining platform on, it's missing like crystal or it's missing dew, and I'm having to trade to sort of balance that out a bit when creating ships and what have you. So having an extra 8% bonus on the trade's going to be really good there for me anyway. So interesting so far, and we have the other one here, which is the Arbiter Planning Center Strategic Insight. We have increased storage limit action by 15 points. As we can see, this is actually upgradable, but it's 2 modules. Oh no, that's different, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not sure how you meant to upgrade this. We can see that there is some kind of upgrade thing here. This is prefab modules, and this is talking about the action points. So I'm not entirely certain how we're meant to upgrade this if we can't click on it. Down here, maybe? No, that's just telling you that you can upgrade it. Anyway, if this is upgradable, and say it's an extra 15 points at each upgrade, when we can eventually upgrade it, this actually might be quite good, because you could increase your action points quite considerably at that point. If it's 15 per go, and we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. If you get that reference, I'm so sorry. That means you're old, like me. Anyway, 15 times 11, which I can't work out on the top of my head. 155? Maybe? 155 extra action points on top of our, I think our caps at the moment is like 250 or something. 215. So yeah, that's gonna do quite nicely to, you know, give you an extra 100 odd action points, 150 action points. Brings you up quite nicely. Again, maybe it's not upgradable, but considering it's like this, and if we look at the other one, it's got 1 upgrade slot on it. I'm gonna say it is upgradable. How? I have no idea currently, because you can't click on it. So maybe this is like a requirement that for the main systems, they have to be identical blueprints, kind of like you would with battlecruiser module unlocks, etc. Anyway, we've also got, as bonuses here, increase the daily yield of base prefab modules by 2. This is actually quite nice. Prefab modules, you'll know, get used a hell of a lot, especially as you know, early game rushing up into the mid game. So yeah, increasing the amount of base modules, so you get an extra 20 per day. It's not bad. I mean, it's better than nothing, right? We also get cruiser repair speed here. If this stacks, and I believe it will, you could get like an extra 20% repair speed on cruisers, and cruisers do take a long time to repair, especially the bigger, heftier versions like the Chimeras and that kind of thing, which are higher HP pools, higher armor. They take longer to repair, so having these and like stacking these cruiser bonuses might be actually quite good. Again, cruisers are still in a bit of a weird situation. Yes, they are really good now, and running them within heavy fleets is a thing, but you are still primarily trying to run that sort of destroyers because they're just more CP effective for the damage output and sort of tank that they are providing. But like I said, the big heavy super fleets, they are running cruisers now. We're seeing a lot more. I mean, I'm using Connemara plasmas. I've been using those really well, and they're doing like half my fleet's damage, and I only have like 4 of them in fleet. So yeah, definitely actually worth grabbing. There's also carrier repair speed here. Unfortunately, even upgraded, I'm guessing there's going to be locked to 4% carrier repair speed. Albeit, when your repair takes 24 hours, this actually will shave off quite a considerable amount of time. So it's not completely and utterly tragically useless. And we got the same for battle cruisers off this as well. So this is a sort of first look at the modules sort of in-game. And they actually do seem very powerful, very, very strong. And they seem to be capped in a position where people can't just farm them for real currency at the moment. And we can see here we have 3 slots available. These are the 3 equipments that you can bring in at the start of the server. So we actually have a slot for an extra one here, and I'm hoping to get it via the new outpost in system. So on your map, you're looking at this weird little icon that's a line between two more lines. How do you describe that? That icon, you can see, I'm moving the mouse over it. Look for that icon, and if you have a look, I mean, we can show it here. Outpost docking effects. You get an unidentified Antonius storage box. These are the ways that we are supposedly meant to be able to get hold of these. I got another one here, which is unidentified Noma shipping group storage box. Something I'm testing. As you can see, it does say outpost docking effect, and I've clearly docked my base to one. So if I don't get 2 boxes and I only get 1, and it's the Noma one, we know that it's an outpost that needs to be docked. And if it's not, well, I'll get both. So there you go. It'll work either way, and I'll be able to give you some guys a bit of useful information there as well. My server ends in 4 days, so it won't be long to wait before I get that information, and I'll do a little community post or something of that nature to tell you what I got, and I'll probably do a video about opening the box, and because we might be able to see what we get and how that works there as well. But yeah. So look out for these little icons in your server. You need to be docked by the end of your server to pick these boxes up, as far as I'm aware. So you might not want to sit on them straight away, but you might want to drop your outposts on them early to sort of save yourself them. Obviously, probably want to talk to the rest of your union before just taking all of the boxes. That being said, you are kind of limited in the amount of outposts you can build, so you might be okay there. I actually haven't had a look around. I've been a bit lazy this server, and I've not checked to see how many of those things are all over the place. As we can see, though, not particularly many by the looks of it. Is there even any here? I didn't see any when I zoomed in. So, interestingly, I've managed to find some, but I've not managed to find anywhere else close to me anyway. So yeah, that's how you're going to be picking them up, as far as I'm aware, other than obviously spending your Dawn points on these 3 boxes, as I've mentioned previously. Which is a bit awkward, because at the same time, you know, Enterprise BP files, okay, they're not amazing, but it's 100% ship guaranteed. And some of these are actually pretty good ships that you want to be picking up, especially early game. Maybe if you've collected the majority of these, it may be not worth it, because, you know, the drop rates are not great. 3% for carriers, maybe, is probably what you're really wanting there. And the only carrier available is the Solar Whale, so you're going to have to balance that out yourself. If you're looking for more stuff than just the Solar Whale, you're looking for Callisto, you're looking for Winged Hussars, etc. Obviously, these BP boxes are absolutely worth it. And they are half the cost, or you can buy 2 of those for the cost of 1 of these unidentified individual rating technology assets. So that's all I've got for you today, but hopefully within the next few days I'll have end of server, hopefully 2 boxes to open up, and we'll discuss those at that time. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.